Freddy Cannon, welcome to the Rochester area. Good to have you here. You know, I'm a collector, and I grew up in the Massachusetts area.
Right.
And of course, you're from Massachusetts. The thing that interested me about your early part of your career, two things. You were involved with station WMEX, which is the only one that I used to listen to. Joe Smith was my hero. He used to play all the great music. But you did some studio work at the age of like 15 or 16, doing some guitar work on things like a Ding Dong by the G-Clefs.
Right.
How did something like that happen at such an early age?
By hanging around the studio, I hung around Ace Recording Studio on Tremont Street in Boston because I loved the music so much. I did record hops and dances on the weekend. And after school, I'd go back into town, and, coming from an Italian family who was kind of strict. My father would say, you should be home after school doing your homework. And I'd be out screwing around with excuse the language, but fooling around with the guitar, or I'd go into town, and I met the G-Clefs in the studio. They were doing demos. And they were going to do a demo of this plus a couple other songs. And I played rhythm on the thing. If I wanted to play the rhythm so good that they liked it, and they used it as the solo in the middle of the record too.
That's
great.
Excellent.
But I never got paid any money for it. It was just
well, it had to be a thrill actually being in
sure.
there, and then hearing the record come out. And Ding Dong was a pretty good size.
It was a hit, yeah. It was in the top 5, I think.
As a matter of fact, one of the groups that you're working with, the Diamonds, covered the G-Clefs on that.
Is that
song.
right?
Sure.
That's
one of the songs that they did. Now, you mentioned that you had a group. You were doing some things on the weekends. What was the name of that group?
Freddy Cannon and the Hurricanes. My father had a band called Freddy Cannon and his orchestra, and they played weddings and things like that. So I just took that name before Cannon, and the label changed the name to Cannon, Swan Records.
Was it Swan?
Yeah, they had done it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, along with Dick Clark and everything, everybody was through the Philadelphia, all the labels were there, and so it was all working hand in hand.
Now, your actual name is Picariello?
Picariello. Yeah.
How do we get Cannon out of that? Or Carmen?
I don't know. To be honest, I really don't have the answers. It's funny.
Okay.
It's Frederick Anthony Picariello.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Who gave you the nickname Boom Boom?
I think probably, I can't give credit to anybody, one disc jockey, but it was either Arnie Ginsberg. A lot of disc jockeys started using it as a nickname. When they saw me with the bass drum on the records and all, I guess it just came out, picked it out that way.
Well, the name of your first album was The Explosive Freddy Cannon, as I remember, which tied in with Cannon and so forth, and then the Boom Boom. But your songs were explosive. You took the first song your mom wrote, didn't she?
Yeah, Tallahassee.
Yeah.
You did your homework good.
Well, I think that's very interesting. When I first read that, I said, his mom, that's amazing, because it's such a driving song.
May I say something not far away from what we're talking about, but I'm so proud I want to mention it. I got a daughter who's 23 years old. I just recorded her, and soon with her brothers playing, and they're excellent. And for me to brag, and I'm a real critic, I think you're going to hear the next Connie Cannon. You're going to see, not from the stable of Pat Boone and Debbie, but none of that. She's going to be a classic. I just hope that everybody takes a liking to her like they did me.
Well, that's great. You have stayed somewhat involved with the music business. I remember that through the early 70s, I'd see records come in periodically, and
just
you
recently we had one. Yeah, just recently with the Belmonts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. And I think that's great that you are still involved.
See, for an act, I feel it's fun to do all this. And to sing the old records, and it really is, to have that memory for the evening. No one can really go back to that time, so you got to look ahead. So I try to keep my fingers and keep listening to what's happening. Now, my son went to the Van Halen concert last night in Los Angeles, okay? I mean, the night before last. I was in L.A. So now, I had never been to a concert of that sort with hard rock. I didn't go. But I'm curious, So I asked my daughter, and I asked them, how was the concert? They give me a little, and they're loud and everything, but the place was packed. They were sold out 3 nights. To me, that's interesting. I want to hear from everything. You never stop learning this business. I mean, the guy who thinks he knows it all is because he had records and he's been around 27 years. That's a lot of baloney. There's young kids in this band here that probably could teach me something. I mean, you always observe and look, That's the way I feel.
The other good thing about music is that it continues to come back.
Oh,
Huey Lewis and the News.
Yeah.
They have a brand new album out, and it's got Buzz, Buzz, Buzz on it.
Oh, my
Now,
God.
I looked at the writer's credits, and it's Buzz, Buzz, Buzz. I mean, I couldn't believe it. The old Hollywood Flame song.
Imagine
You look
that.
at the charts at any time, and there's 4 or
Always
5
something,
songs
yeah.
on there. Joan Jett takes old songs. So I think it's really kind of neat that this thing continues, and I hope to see that you get back in the studio.
You know what's good? We got another friend guesting. We did an interview here from a radio station, yourself. That there are people like you, and I thank you really for everybody, or just for myself as an act, that take that interest, to still have that in your heart, because you make us feel good. You drag everything, you pull everything out of that person.
Well, thank you for
it's a
continuing to do
pleasure.
it.
It really
Thanks,
is.
Freddie.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.